There is a scarcity that lives in us that was never installed by the stars. It was installed by fear, by comparison, by systems that taught us, subtly and not so subtly, that there is a limited amount of success available, a fixed quantity of recognition to go around, a ceiling on how many people can shine at once. And because we internalized that teaching early, we began to do something deeply unnatural. We began to measure our light against the light of others. We watched someone else succeed and felt, beneath the surface of our congratulations, a quiet contraction, a small, shameful thought. If they have risen, does that mean there is less room for me? Look at the sky and ask whether this is true. The Milky Way galaxy contains between 100 and 400 billion stars. Each one of them, at some point in its history, ignited. Each one found its place in the vast gravitational dance of the galaxy, and not one of them, in the process of burning, prevented another from burning. The sky did not run out of room. It never does. The ancient Greek concept of the music of the spheres, developed by Pythagoras and elaborated by later philosophers, described the cosmos as a vast harmonic system. Each celestial body moving at its own velocity, tracing its own path, contributing its own unique note to a symphony of incomprehensible complexity and beauty. No planet played the same note as another. No orbit duplicated another orbit. Each was, by its very distinctiveness, essential to the whole. This is the truth about human souls that scarcity thinking obscures. You are not competing for a position that another person already occupies. The position you are meant to occupy does not exist yet. It is being created by your particular combination of experience, perspective, gift, and willingness. There is no one else in the history of the universe who has been exactly where you have been, thought exactly what you have thought, survived exactly what you have survived, and emerged with exactly the understanding you are carrying. Your light is not a variant of someone else's light. It is its own frequency, and the sky has been waiting for it. The Sufi tradition speaks of the concept of Maqam, meaning station or place. Each soul on the spiritual path occupies its own Maqam, its own unique place in the vast topology of the divine. Progress on the path is not a race to reach the same destination first. It is the soul moving into ever deeper alignment with its own nature, its own Maqam, which is different from every other soul's. Rumi wrote about the reed flute crying for its origin, and the music it makes in its longing. Notice that the music of the reed is not the music of the lute, or the drum, or the human voice. It is reed music, particular, irreplaceable. The symphony of the cosmos needs the reed to play its particular note, not a better version of someone else's note. And yet we spend so much energy trying to play someone else's music. We look at the people who seem to have what we want, and we try to become versions of them. We adopt their strategies, their aesthetics, their voices. We hollow out our own distinctiveness in pursuit of a mold that was never shaped for us. And we wonder why the work feels effortful and the results feel thin. Why we arrive at places we thought we wanted and feel no sense of homecoming. It is because you cannot find yourself by following someone else's orbit. The great teachers of every tradition pointed inward, not because the outer world is unimportant, but because the direction of genuine discovery is inward. The oracle at Delphi carved above its entrance, "Know thyself," not know the most successful person in your field and become them. Know thyself. Knowing yourself, truly knowing yourself, the texture of your own gifts, the particular angle of your own insight, the specific beauty of your own way of moving through the world, that knowing is the beginning of the only kind of growth that leads somewhere true. And when you begin to move from that knowing, something shifts. You stop watching the sky to see whether there is room for you. You begin to understand that the sky is not a competition, that the brightness of other stars is not a threat, but an inspiration, that every soul that has risen before you has demonstrated Not that the ceiling is lower, but that the sky is higher than you imagined. Harriet Tubman did not make it impossible for others to be free. She made freedom more imaginable. Every person who has done something extraordinary has expanded the perceived boundaries of what is possible. Their rising is not evidence that there is less room. It is evidence that there is more. This is not naive optimism. There are real and unjust systems in this world that do limit access, that do distribute resources inequitably, that do favor some and obstruct others. The work of justice is real and necessary, but the scarcity that lives inside us, the one that makes us shrink at another person's success, that makes us hold back our own light for fear it is too much, that whispers constantly that there is not enough room for all of us to shine, that scarcity is a lie. It is the deepest and most personal lie that fear tells us, and it has cost the world an incalculable amount of light. The stars never believed it. They arose, each in their time, and burned, each at their own temperature, their own color, their own duration. And the sky that contains them all is more beautiful for every additional light it holds. You are a light the sky has been waiting for, not because you are better than anyone else, not because you shine more brightly, but because your particular frequency of light has not yet been fully expressed in the world, and the symphony of souls on this planet is not yet complete without it. Rise, not despite the brightness of others, not when you are sure you will not be outshone, not when you have perfected your light into something you think the world will accept. Rise now, in the middle of your uncertainty, with the light you have, which is the light that is needed. There is no competition for your place in the sky. It was always yours, and it is waiting.